Hello, my name is Alexey Matveev, and in this video I will show you how to create a simple Bitbucket application using Atlassian-connect-express. Atlassian-connect-express you can find, for example, here. That is a framework to develop Atlassian Connect apps. It's written in Node.js, and that's why to follow this tutorial you need a Node.js installed. Okay, let's start. What we have to do first. Basically, you can find all information over here. I will just follow this guide and then I will show you what you can change and how to make it all work. Okay, first of all, we need to install Atlassian Connect. I already installed it, so I will not execute this command. And the next one, we can already create a new project. Okay, let's create a new project. I will be creating over here. We'll Atlas Connect, new, test app. I will call it like this. So I push enter, and then I choose here Bitbucket, and that's it. The application is created. Okay, I will open this application in Visual Code. Let's try to find it. It should be here. Here it is. Okay, open. Now, if we have a look at this application, we'll see a couple of important files, config.json, which sets parameters for our application. For example, it will be running on port 1000. Also, we need to provide the local base URL to our application. We will do it later. As you can see, we have here development options and production options. We will talk about this production option later, but right now we are developing our application. That's why we need to look at the parameters in the development option. Okay. Next, let's try to run our application. To run our application, we need to execute npm install to install all packages from which our application depends. We can find all dependent packages over here in package.json. You see over here. But basically it was created automatically. That's why some of the packages can be already not up to date. So that's why first let's make all packages up to date. I will be using NCU utility. First I will go to my application and then I will just type NCU. Now this utility analyzes all packages and then it finds that there are a couple of new versions. Okay, and now to update it, we need to execute ncu/u. Let's try it. Then it was updated, as you can see right now. If we look in the file, you can see that Atlassian Connect-express now 660. So everything is fine. Now let's try to install all packages. Okay, it's all installed. The next thing, we can already run our application npm start. And there is an error. And the error says that we need to install Sqlite 3 manually. Okay, let's install it, no problem. Okay, it's installed. Now let's try to run our application again. And this time everything worked, our application is running. Now we can connect our application to Bitbucket. How to do it? Bitbucket will read our file called Atlassian Connect. That's why Bitbucket needs a tunnel to my computer, but I don't have it. That's why I will use utility call ncroc to provide this tunnel for me. So I will run this command. So and then ncroc created a tunnel, and that's the URL from which you can get into my computer from the internet. Okay, now I copy this URL and put it into config.json file instead of this URL. Done. Now I can run my application again and try to connect it to Bitbucket. Okay, let's go to Bitbucket. We install our application to workspaces. So I've got here 3 workspaces. You can choose any workspace you want, then go to settings, develop apps. Also, you need to make sure that your workspace has enabled development mode. I have it. If you don't have it, just push it here. Okay, you can check it in the installed apps menu. Now go to develop apps, register an app, push this URL from uncroak, and we've got an error that application with this key already exists. Okay, so basically when you're developing an application, you need to make sure that your key is unique. Where the key is provided? The key is provided in the atlassian-connect.json file over here. Right now, my key is example up. So I will change it, for example, to Matveev app test bb, something like this. It doesn't matter. You choose your own key which you want. I save it. And now let's try to register our application again. I push the register app button and let's see what's happened. Now our application is registered. If we have a look at this terminal where my application runs, you can see that the get was called and then that atlassian-connect.json was returned to Bitbucket. So everything is fine. But right now this application is not installed yet to Bitbucket. To install it, you need to click on this URL. Click it. And now you choose to which workspace you want to install your application. For example, I will choose Matveev dev. Push grant access. And now, as you can see, your application is installed. So everything is fine, everything is working. All we need to do now, we need somehow to check if if our application is present in our Bitbucket. How to check it? First of all, you need to look at that atlassian-connect.json file and all modules. A module is an integration point where you can connect to Bitbucket and write your own code. We can see that we've got a webhook, we've got a web item, and location of the item is repository navigation. So basically, it's in a repository. We've got a repo page, it's also in a repo. And we also have web panel, which is in overview information. That's basically when you go to a repository and push the source menu, there you must see the panel. Okay, let's go to repo and have a look. Let's go to any repo in my workspace, for example, this one. And now you can see first I've got example page. If I push it, yeah, I've got did return from a plugin. I've got example web item, which redirects me to URL. And if, for example, I open the source menu in the repo here, see, I also have something from my repository. So it works, everything works. Our application was successfully installed. And now in this video, we will also install our application. How to install it? Go again to your workspace, then go to settings, go to installed apps, open it and push remove. And something went wrong. As you can see, something went wrong. What went wrong? Let's have a look at our terminal. And we can see that we called uninstalled, but it wasn't found. And that's the problem. All we have to do, we need to add an uninstalled endpoint to our application. How to do that? If we look at the app.js, we will see a line like this, roads, where up roads. So basically all roads are here in the roads folder. If we look in the index.js, we will see a couple of endpoints defined here. Health check, we've got the root endpoint, we've got connect example, that's basically our endpoint which returns a page. We will talk about it in detail in the next video. Right now it's not important for us. And also, as you can see, we can add any additional road handlers over here. Okay, let's add it. Okay, we will add this code. So basically we define here an endpoint with the post method. We're doing nothing here. We just return 200 code. That's all. Okay, let's rerun our application. It's running. Now go to develop apps, because basically even if there was an error, the application was still uninstalled. We need to install it again by pushing on this link. I will choose material dev and then grant access. Now it's here. Now let's try to remove it again. That's it. There is no error. Everything worked. If we have a look here, we can see that uninstalled return 200, so everything is fine. So that's all for the video. In the next video we'll talk in detail about the source code. Thank you.